We're good to start?
Yes.
Go.
Should be.
Yep.
Okay. Where we last left off, a group of adventurers made their way through the elven forest to return the elven princess back to her people. Along the journey, they were pursued by some strange shadowy creature who, after trying to receive the ember of reality that Runa held in her grasp, sent a creature after them, and the group fled and used the ember to instantly teleport to the upper plane. While in the upper plane, the creature that was following them disintegrated in orbit. The party then wandered around in the wheat fields that surround them for a little bit before they were pursued by a angel who had been looking for intruders. During that fight, another figure approached, a lizard folk with a very strange instrument approached to help them and slayed the angel, whatever. They beat the angel and then began to head towards the city at the center of this area of the upper plane known as Elysium. Upon reaching there, they began to look for ways to return back to the material plane. They encountered another angel, a very powerful one named Civitos, who explained a bit more about how things worked in this plane of existence. They wandered around the city of Elysium for a bit. They realized they had to talk to a god and ask for their permission or their power to leave the upper plane. They went to look for one god named Fashena, the goddess of freedom, who was mostly dead, which seemed to be a bit of an ominous omen, perhaps. After that, they went to the goddess Kova, the goddess of stars, and they were given two options: either give the goddess the ember of reality that Runa had, or become their servant and give up their soul. They didn't decide on either, instead decided to head south to a different city on the upper plane to potentially look for Runa's brother, who is apparently on the upper plane. That's where he picked back up. They were heading south and they encountered a fight along the way that they had just defeated. Is there anything you guys would like to do right now? Other than just heading on. You guys could just head on it.
It's more or less what I'm thinking.
I don't think we have much to do, so
Okay. You guys continue onward throughout the day. I'm gonna say you guys get a long rest. You guys set up for the night. Don't have to worry about watches or anything like that. For Runa as well. But continuing onward, next day, go ahead and give me perception checks. Natural 20. Good way to start the session. Let me roll as well. Runa rolled a 21. Throughout the next day, you guys continue traveling. As you guys do, you eventually see something a bit strange. You see that there are two sort of shallow graves that are uncovered. Like small holes in the ground that look very similar to graves if you guys were to approach. You guys can see that there are two bodies in them.
Interesting. What do the bodies look like?
Also with your natural 20 perception check, looking over the bodies, they look to be two humans. They were wearing pretty simple clothes. You see one of them has like a sword on their side that is still like on their side. It hasn't been taken off. The bodies do not look particularly decayed. I'll say, give me a medicine check.
Okay.
17. You're not sure how long they've been here, just based on like decomposition. I'll say that there's like a little bit of decomposition on their bodies.
Okay.
But it's a bit hard to tell more than that. It looks like they are mortals. They aren't angels. A little bit off-putting, probably.
That is weird. Anything interesting about that sword one of them still has?
It looks like a normal sword. Just if you were to take it, it'd just be a normal long sword.
Okay. We'll pass on the grave robbery for now.
Mm-hmm. Also, you do find gold on them. I forgot to mention that. You have like a little
Yeah,
touch of gold if you want to do an actual
I'll-
grave
I'll-
robbery.
I'll take that. I might as well.
Yeah. You find 120 gold.
Wow. Grave robbery pays off.
It always does pay off.
Nando would like to see if he can determine the cause of death.
Yeah, go and give me a medicine check. 20. Looking over them, it's a bit hard to tell. 1 second, let me check this. You can see that you have to like flip them over to do so. But you can look at their back and they were attacked by something with claws. You see like deep claw marks on their back that has like ripped part of their clothing.
They were attacked. Not a good sign.
Anything else you guys are doing?
Assuming there's like no indication of anybody nearby that may have dug the grave or anything, right?
With that natural 20 perception, you are pretty confident that there's no one around. You don't see anyone.
Gotcha. Probably best not to hang around in case whatever comes back with the claws then, is it?
There are,
Most likely not.
right? There's surprising amount of dead things here, other than the people who actually died.
Well, this is the afterlife, so it's kind of to be expected.
Actually seen more alive things here than I would have expected to. That's the part that shocks me.
I think we can include each other in that category.
I mean, I very much do. I wasn't expecting to see any of you.
Okay. As you guys are leaving, I'm gonna say, Vossi, because of that natural 20 perception check, I'll say give me one more perception check.
Okay.
Me too. I'll say you examined things pretty well when you initially got here. Looking over the bodies, you were able to examine them pretty well. You recognize that there are very, very faint humanoid footprints that are heading south. Same direction you guys are.
Okay. We may run into somebody else alive here too. Interesting.
There's nothing else. You guys continue on your journey. Rest of the day is uneventful. I'm gonna say, because I forgot to do this next session or last session. Nando, go ahead and describe how things are like a little bit different with you.
Oh, right.
Just like any visual, or maybe like just any changes that would be noticeable.
Yeah. I think over the course of the last few days, you notice that Nando is a little bit scratchy. More skittish than usual. But I guess for Avasi that would be normal. Because but I think you sort of notice that Nando has these little bumps on his head. They're very small but horn-like.
It's the plague. He's gonna die. He's gonna take us all with him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay. You guys go and see that. Continuing on your journey. As you guys continue onward, about midday, you guys see that the ground sort of like it turns into a sort of bridge. It doesn't have a lot of structures. It seems to almost just be the road is floating over the ground. It's very odd looking. You can guess it's probably just weird heaven, divine magic and stuff. But as you guys continue onward, I want you to make your perception checks. You see that thick black sludge that you guys have approached before is surrounding the road, and the road is now a few feet off the ground. It's sort of like going over like a large field of that sludge.
That's not good.
I mean, the aspect of the road is convenient. We won't have to get our feet wet with horrible black ooze.
Yeah.
You know,
I personally really do not want to have to walk through the ooze.
I'm concerned that the road may not hold. We should be careful.
Continuing onward, you guys go over this weird floating bridge almost. See that sludge is like bubbling like tar surrounding you. As you guys go further and further along, I'm gonna say everyone give me perception checks. 26, 20 from Runa, natural 20 from Nid. As you guys continue onward, you notice that sort of like hanging onto the side of the bridge is a person, is a mortal person. You see they're like barely hanging onto the side, and they see you like approach a little bit and like, can you help? Someone
I'll
help,
rush over
please.
and pull him up. Sure.
You go and rush over, pull them up. They don't have any weapons on them or anything. Just wearing like a short cloak. And as you go to pull them up, I'm gonna roll this. I thought I should roll this. Okay. Off. Okay, let's get it. Lassie, as you go over to rush over, pull this person up, they grab you and they pull you down, and they throw you into the sludge. I'm gonna say, Nando, as
Could Nando try to catch Bossy?
you could try and do that on your turn, because we're gonna roll initiative in a second. Let me do this. I'll say with that natural 20 though, Nando, you see that there is like a giant hole in the back of this person's head. You're not sure what that could mean, but like you're not sure how they could be living.
He has a hole on the back of his head.
I'm gonna say everyone go and roll for initiative.
Oh gosh.
And you are or okay. Okay. I can't do that because I'll put you in the sludge if I do that. Okay. Guy's name was George, in case anyone was wondering. Okay.
I'm not wondering now, he just threw me into the fucking sludge.
Start combat. Vasi, go and give me a fortitude saving throw.
Okay.
That is a 12. That is a failure. You go ahead and take 22 points of acid damage
Holy shit.
as you are pulled into the sludge. You sink into it just a little bit, and it's singeing your scales a bit. But you still have 3 actions.
Alright. Being pulled into the sludge, Vasi yells a very lengthy, aggressive curse in a Rooksy. And they are going to cast Courageous Anthem for everybody. Starting to do that throat singing, warbling that they do, and then they're going to... I want to use as many actions as possible, so I have 2 of them. I want to grab onto the dude who pulled me back and climb up his body to get back on the bridge.
Okay. So using his body, I'll say you give me an athletics check. If you succeed, he will get further pushed into the wall, into the sludge.
All right.
17. That succeeds. He's not got a super high combat score. See, he's like pushed further into the sludge. He will have a hard time getting out of it, and you are back up.
I spit in his face.
You see, he seems to not really react to you doing so.
That's more for me than it is for him.
That's fair. One more action.
Alright, I'll try and pull my sword out and make a strike at him then.
Go for it. 25. That will hit.
Right.
10 points of damage. You go ahead, you slash your sword right across this guy's body. It cuts open entirely and he falls apart. And you see climbing out of his head is an intellect devour. It's a little
Ooh.
brain that crawls out of his head with legs and this long, very strange looking tongue.
I don't like the implications of that.
Let me go and move. Okay, as your turn. And up.
Okay. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna taunt the intellect devourer. Actually, why don't we? I don't do a little recall and knowledge.
Yeah, you could do that. It'd be an occultism check.
Okay.
Natural 1. You see a giant brain. You think it's just this guy's brain.
Is it moving?
Vaguely. You could tell it's like a thread still. But you think it's just a
Okay.
weird brain.
Okay.
It is taunted.
Is it within reach?
No, it would be like 10 feet towards the ground.
That's alright. What happened to my shield?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I will. I switched shields,
Yeah, you did.
but it didn't show up on the.
That's good.
I'll just. Could I raise shield?
Mhm.
Or maybe I just swapped.
Your choice.
Okay, I'll raise shield.
So raise up your shield. Still a bit unsure of what's happening. Is the intellect devourer's turn. Is going to first off make a fortitude saving throw. Because you pushed it down, it will fail. Takes 17 points of acid damage. This thing will use its action to crawl up, sort of like on the side of the wall, skitters up right next to you, Vasi. And it is going to cast confusion on you. I need you to make a will saving throw. 28 just succeeds, but you are still stunned 1.
No.
You feel this brain like shoots psionic energy at you, trying to disorient you completely, but you hold on and you are simply stunned. So you have one less action next turn. Cersei, your turn.
Cersei is going to strike this thing with lightning.
Mm-hmm. Saving throw. That is a success. They'll take half damage. That's a pretty bad roll. Where's that good? I don't remember. Oh no, that's electric. That's pretty good. 6 damage. Shootable to electricity. It singes part of the brain, and it's a little hurt. One more action.
Going to move behind my team. That is my turn.
Okay. Runa. Runa is going to... I'm going to do a recall knowledge check just to see if I can get you guys some information. There's a 30. Runa will communicate to you all that it has a low fortitude saving throw. And a decent reflex saving throw. But her next 2 actions, she will do Telekinetic Projectile. And she gets a natural 20.
Thanks.
For 46 points of damage. Jesus. See, Runa like takes up a bit of the stone surrounding her, chucks it right at the brain. It goes right through it. You see this pretty gross hole right through the brain. That'll be her turn. Vasi.
I'll keep the Courageous Anthem up for 1 action, and then the other one I will stab at it with my sword.
Mm-hmm. That will barely miss.
Damn.
Actually, you just did Courageous Anthem, which will bring it to a 26, which does hit.
Gotcha. Thanks. Already paying off.
Mm-hmm.
I assume +1 in there also that
Yes, it would. Go and stab it with your sort of smoking sword. It's looking pretty hurt already. Runa did a good bit of damage to it with that one nat 20. You have 1 more action.
I was stunned, so I only have 2.
Oh yeah, you were stunned. And your turn.
Okay. One moment. We have Wolfie over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. You're good.
Suppose I'll taunt again.
Okay. It is taunted. I also forget it would have been off guard next turn, so that definitely would have hit.
Okay. And then stride up.
Mm-hmm.
Now try to shove it off.
Go for it. $19 will not succeed. You want to try and push it off. It's a bit hard to push. You're still a little bit confused about what it is exactly. You try and push it and it holds firm.
Alright.
That is your turn. It is the Intellect Devourer's turn. First off, it is going to cast Soothe on itself to heal it. It can do that. It's healed 25 HP. And it is going to third action strike. It's already off guard, so I think it's just going to attack Vasi. That will hit. Just barely. For 20 points of damage. You see its legs like leap out at you and start clawing at your side. You're looking pretty hurt. That's gonna be its turn. Or do you want to intercept?
Can I have intercepted?
Yeah, you can intercept.
Okay.
Then you take 20 points of damage. Reduced because of guardian stuff. Now it's your turn, Cersei.
Well, if it's off guard, let's try to phase bolt it.
25 will hit because of off guard. $13 points of damage. Then chuck a bit of energy at it, right through its body. It's looking pretty hard.
My third action. Just going to glass shield.
Gotcha.
That is my turn.
Runa. It said that like I am not controlling Runa right now. She is going to. In the information I got from her last turn, she's going to cast Concordant Choir at 3rd rank. She can do that. Fortitude saving throw. It critically succeeds with a natural 19. That was only one action. Third action, she's just going to do Connect Projectile again. Natural 1. Went from a natural 20 to a natural 1 with her. He tries to do the same thing again, but the Intellect Devourer seems to be expecting it and moves out of the way. That's her turn, boss.
What can I do here? I'm assuming I'm no longer stunned, right?
Yeah, you are no longer stunned.
I'll take an action to move a few feet back. Then I will recast Courageous Anthem. There's not a lot else that I can really do. I can try and recall knowledge on it to see if I know any potential weaknesses.
You can go for it.
Cultism?
Yep.
Okay.
At 20, I don't believe that succeeds. You're not sure what this creature trait is exactly. Nano, your turn.
Sorry, was muted.
That's fine.
Let's shove. Goodbye.
A 30, you're trying to push it?
Yeah, the shove.
Yeah, that will succeed. I believe you push it further because you got a bunch of shove stuff. Let me check.
I damage it.
Yeah, you damage it. Okay. And it would be pushed 5 feet back, fall into the acid. And you deal damage equal to your strength modifier, which is 4. Takes 4 points of damage.
4
Yep.
plus 2 because I'm an expert.
You are correct. 6 points total. Push it into the acid. With a big shove, it flies into the acid, and seems to be burning a little bit. 2 more actions.
So I guess I can pause. Haha. Foul brain.
Caught a foul brain, and he stopped it.
And then my ratio. That'll be all.
You're gonna do that. It is the Intellect Devourer's turn. It is going to move over here. Actually, make Fortitude save and throw first. It will, yeah, that's a success, but takes half damage. So 8 points. Burns up in the acid a little bit. Is going to move over here, climb up the wall on the bridge, get back on, and then is going to cast Globe of Invulnerability. You see this like shimmering like shield going around its entire body. I'm gonna say, I'll say Cersei and Runa know this. You know that if you were to cast a spell on it, it has a chance to just completely nullify the spell. You'll have to roll for it. But it does become more or less susceptible to your spells. With that in mind, Cersei, it's your turn.
I see. Well, it's got the no magic orb up.
Mm-hmm.
Probably best not to use the spell I actually care about. So
Okay, let me roll this first. It has to beat whatever your DC is. Oh, it's so it has to beat a 21. It does. So as you shoot this electric art at it, it like dissipates completely, not dealing any damage.
mhm. And let's put up the glass shield again. That's my turn.
Gotcha. Luna's turn. She is going to do what she's been doing. She's going to chuck another. She is going to do Concordant Choir. First action. Or you can do second action. Second action would probably be better. Second action. Let me do this. And the spell is dissipated because of Global Vulnerability. Third action, she'll do another Recall Knowledge just to see if she can do anything. She communicates that to you all that it does not have any weaknesses or resistances, if that is important. Vasi, your turn.
Still Glove of Invulnerability,
Mhm.
I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, I keep up the Courageous Anthem, and then I'll cast a first level Soothe on myself.
Gotcha. 6 points of healing. You can do that. That's your turn. And up. And it has disappeared off screen, but I know where he is. That will not hit from Wolfie. Trying to jump on the Intellect Devourers, anticipating that, moves out of the way. You might be muted again because I do not hear. Yeah, you are muted.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I was saying Nando would. Hold on. Followed by show.
Mm-hmm. That will definitely succeed. Don't push it back 5 feet. Falls on the ground. It takes 6 points of damage again. And we'll have to make a fortitude saving throw on its turn. Intellect Devourer's turn is going to move over here. Fortitude saving throw as it does so. That will succeed. Half damage. 15 points of damage. It cinched a bit from the acid. And not really seeing Wolfie as a threat. I guess he'll get towards you, Nando. As part of that first movement action, because that was pretty high movement. It's going to then strike you with its claws. First attack hits. Second attack will hit. Rolling for damage. That is 40 damage or 39 damage total reduced. A little bit because you're Guardian. You're going to take a good bit of damage as it leaps onto your body and begins to tear into you just a little bit. That'll be its turn. Cersei.
Does it still have the orb up?
It does still have the orb up.
Hmm. Just gonna electric arc it again.
Go for it. Let me roll this first. That is not dissipated. So reflex saving throw. It fails. Roll for damage. 11 points of damage. Shoot a bit of electricity at it. Singes it more and more. It's looking almost down. During his turn, she will Court Inquire. Not wanting to hit anyone else, she'll do a first action. See if she can. She cannot. Yeah, she can. Actually, no, she can't. I do the math on that. Do the same thing for Falconic Projectile just to see. And she can. Oh, Rune's here.
Hey.
Well, I'm not home yet. I'm home in like 20 minutes. Like, I just got out from the hospital, but like, seems like there's a battle happening right now.
There is a battle happening right now.
Holy
In
fuck, what's
fact, it
going
was
on?
your turn, and you just missed an attack. As an intellect devourer appeared out of a giant pool of sludge and started attacking people.
Oh, fuck. Okay. What has not worked so far? Or
Um,
what have I missed, I guess?
Not much. The fight is almost done. It has cast a spell that makes it so your spells are harder to use on it. It will like counterspell your spells automatically, pretty much.
Ooh, okay.
Other than that, it's almost dead. You did
Cool,
deal like
alright.
40 points of damage with a natural 20.
Nice. Thank you.
Well, that's your turn. Bossy.
Oh, courageous anthem again, and actually let me check this. Yeah, okay, just in range. I'll avoid warp it after that.
Gotcha. Okay. Just anthem. Fortitude saving throw. It succeeds but takes half damage.
Yeah.
10 points of damage. Oh, by the full damage. 5. Okay. And with that, you warp the area around it, damaging it just a little bit. Your turn.
Radio. Let's command Wolfie to flank it, but that might not be possible. Wolfie will attack.
Yep, go for it. That will not hit, unfortunately. Leaps at the creature. Creature moves out of the way. And it is mostly fine. You have 2 more actions.
I guess it's been working. Nanda will step so that when he goes for the shove, it'll be throwing the creature towards the sludge.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Okay, that will not succeed, unfortunately. Won't succeed. Yeah, it won't succeed. Try and push it. It seems to be pretty nimble on its feet still. Moves out of the way. You have 1 more action.
Okay. I guess I'll just take a strike at it.
Go for it. That will critically succeed. That's a natural 20.
Okay. Damage.
9 points of damage. It looks really, really hurt. As you slam the hammer into it, smushing it just a little bit, it is very, very badly hurt. And that will be your turn. Its character sheet. Is going to strike you 1 stand up. That will hit. That'll hit. For 16 points of damage, reduced a little bit. It's a bit annoying, but it will do this. It's going to cast Soothe on itself again. You see its wounds begin to stitch up just a little bit. It's looking a lot more healthy now. It was on death's door, pretty much. Cersei, your turn.
This thing's very annoying. Go gadget, strike it with the big lightning.
Does have the globe still up, but let's see. That will not succeed. I mean, the spell goes through, so it would make a reflex saving throw. It succeeds, but takes half damage. So 16 points of damage. You chuck a bolt of electricity at it. It seems to be even more hurt now. It's looking rough once again. One more action.
Been a while since I've done this. Go chuck my staff at it.
Okay. Make an attack. 23 will not hit. You go and take your staff, enchanting it with sort of like telekinetic strength, throw it at it, and it misses just barely. It goes really fast. It like implants itself in the ground next to the creature. But that is your turn. Bruno, what are you doing? Are you gonna just attack it? I'm assuming you can't have Foundry up.
Yeah, no, I'm literally driving right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just using Theater of the Mind. So what attacks have I used before?
You've used Concordant Choir. You know it's weak to Fortitude saving throws, which Concordant Choir does. You've also used Telekinetic Projectile, which you had a natural 20 on and did like 40 damage.
Oh, nice. I'll do Telekinetic Projectile.
Okay. Okay. Telekinetic Projectile, going to attack. That would not hit. Go and chuck a Telekinetic Projectile. Trying to hit it, goes just barely past it. You have one more action. Anything else you want to do?
Does anyone need healing? I have a potion.
I think the only one who needs healing is Mando, and he's right next to the creature.
Okay. Am I a little bit further away?
Yeah, you'd have to move towards him. You can heal him on
Dang.
your next turn.
Okay, but the creature's looking pretty bad, right?
Yeah, the creature's looking rough.
Okay, I think I'm good for now.
Okay.
If Nando's down, then
Okay.
definitely stop.
That's your turn then, Vasi.
Courageous Anthem, Void Warp will keep it up.
Mm-hmm. Do that. Void Warp. It succeeds, but takes half damage.
Damn.
I'm getting pretty good on rolls, like usual. 4 points of damage. I'm going to wrap the air around it, dealing damage. It's looking bad. Nando, your turn.
Okay. There I am. Let's... I guess let's strike.
Mm-hmm. That will miss. Don't go for one strike, slamming into the ground. It's pretty hard to hit. 2 more actions.
Um, ratio. I guess. I guess I can try show with a -5.
Mm-hmm. A 31 will succeed. It is moved back 50 and it takes 6 damage, I'll say. That is putting it at 1 HP.
I think. Does it still hit if it takes -5? I don't think it registered.
It would just barely still hit if it takes -5. And you know what? Forgot about one thing. Courageous Anthem. How do you want to do this?
Okay.
It's at that +1 damage that let it get hit. Or kill.
I think Nando. Actually, because the creature fell into the sludge, I think.
Mm-hmm.
When it was attacking Nando, some of it got onto him, and his armor is steaming, his wounds. There's almost a sulfur smell in the air. And Nando just circles around the creature and just like golf swings of his warhammer the creature into the air.
You hit it. You see it fly through the air down the fairway. And it is definitely dead. It is no longer moving as it flies through the air. That's the end of combat, and I will say those horns grow a little bit longer, Nando.
Right. For context, also the intellect devourer, it was attached to a person. I don't think that was said.
Oh shit. Like what horns? Is it on like the person who has the
No, you miss this. Nando has little horns on the side of his head.
Oh, that's cute. But yeah, is the person dead? Like the
the
one
person
that the
is
intellect.
long dead. The person has been dead
Okay.
for a while.
Okay, because gotcha.
The intellect devourer was pretty much just puppeting their body.
Oof.
If you guys want to search the body, you guys could do that.
I'll take a peek through the pockets.
You can take
What's
a
he
peek
got?
through the pockets. You find a sort of multicolored shawl, and you find a healing potion. You don't know what the shawl does. Someone would have to roll something on it.
Okay. Anyone want the potion?
Anyone use theirs?
I don't think anyone has used their potions.
Nope. Much damage did I sustain?
You took none. I believe Nando was the only one who took damage. Nalvasi took damage.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Does
Nando can take the potion.
Go ahead.
And take the potion. Normal elixir of life. If anyone wants to identify the shawl, you can give me a Arcana check.
I am not trained in that.
Hello, yes, I am an expert.
Yes, you may go for it. Was that 25? You recognize this is a shawl of seasons. Let me read out. Anyone wants it, they can take it. Gives you a +2 to diplomacy checks that make an impression. And it's sort of like, it depends on the season, but it's colored at this point. It's like a deep yellow, and you can sort of like attune it to a different season, so to speak. And you get different bonus depending on what season it is attuned to. So you go like spring, summer, fall, winter. Spring gets you a +5 foot item bonus to your speed. Summer makes it so you are immune from the effects of severe heat. Fall makes it so falls are 10 feet shorter. I think that's a pun. Winter makes it so you are immune to the effects of severe cold. And you can change this to whatever season you want. Doesn't depend on the season. But if the season you pick matches the current season, it is summer, by the way, you get a +1 item bonus to fortitude saving throws.
Nice.
Does anyone want the cloak?
Cersei will take it if no one else does that. The bonus speed seems really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I say go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna take that. You can spend 10 minutes changing it to summer, and then, or not summer, spring. Then you get 5 feet to your speed. Pretty nice. Okay. There's nothing else you guys want to do. You guys see the road ahead of you.
Well, let's keep her going.
Okay. You guys continue onward with the main screen back. Okay. Continuing onward. Throughout the day, pretty uneventful. You guys are still on. I'll describe this because Bruno wasn't here. As you guys were traveling, there was like a bridge kind of thing where it like goes over the land and is like hovering there almost like a floating bridge. And as you guys were traveling along it, you see that familiar like thick black sludge surrounding you all, sort of like off the side of the bridge. But as you guys get towards the end of the day, you guys are still on the bridge. You guys are still surrounded by the sludge.
A lot of horrible sludge in heaven.
I roll like either nature and investigation to find out what it is, or like do we already know what it is?
You are cutting out a bit, but I think I got that. You can make an occultism check. I think I got that.
I did not.
I think I understood, robot. You got.
I'm in a really bad area.
Yeah, it's fine. You got 21 on occultism. You have an idea of what this is. It is something that I'll say you aren't able to discern it's like what it is exactly, but you are able to tell that it's like something from some other plane of existence, or like I'll say with the 21, maybe even like beyond the planes of existence, leaking into
Oh shit.
this plane.
Okay. Yeah, I relay this info to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Hope I'm not cutting out again.
No, you're good right now.
Cersei taps her
Okay, good.
chin. Evil interdimensional sludge. Intriguing.
Yeah, it's apparently outer planar.
I wonder.
Hmm.
I don't see anyone trying to clean it up. I suppose the gods are busy or unconcerned.
Yeah, I think this is something that we should bring up to the gods, because if they know something about, whatever this sludge is, or, it's encroaching upon this plane of existence, then it might cause issues for them.
Okay. Well, with that, nothing else you guys want to do. You guys sleep on the bridge. So you guys get a long rest. Everyone give me perception checks. I'll roll for you as well, Runa. You get a 14. Okay. Cersei, you're the only one to, or you're probably the first one to notice it. It's not too hard to notice. You guys are approaching a very, very large city. Not quite as large as Elysium, which, again, is about the size of a small country. This one seems to be a bit more normal city-sized. But as you guys approach, you see it doesn't look too dissimilar from Elysium, except it is a lot more vibrant and a lot more colorful. Elysium was a lot of marble, white marble, gilded exteriors. This one seems a lot more like purples, a lot more like deep reds, a lot more like yellows and greens. It seems to be a lot more vibrant. You see there's several banners that don't seem to have insignias on them, just flags or whatever. They're strewn throughout the city. You guys can see this from the exterior. As you guys get closer, see the gates are wide open. What would you like to do?
Enter the city, I'm assuming. Which god were we looking for?
I believe that you guys were looking for Stet, the goddess, or the god of the cat folks.
Yeah.
Or you guys could be looking for Terran, the god of the lizard folk.
Yeah. I kind of looked to Vasi and I kind of asked them. So, according to kind of the visions I saw from the Ember of Reality that currently, it seems like Rune, my brother, is trapped in some sort of prison, perhaps in the city. That's kind of what I'm assuming from what I saw. So it would probably be best to commune with our specific gods, probably to petition for his release. But I don't necessarily have a plan, so I'm just winging it.
Well, we could try and speak to your brother first. If the city works like the last one, we could will his prison into existence if it's what we're looking for.
Right. That's true. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to like think of like Rune and like kind of not sure how to like describe it. Like think about his presence and like try to see if like anything related to him pops up in the city. Because if a lot of things can be willed into existence.
Okay. I'm gonna say that'd be a society check. I'll go and roll that for you. You rolled a 14. You want to try and sort of like will your brother's presence into existence almost. You don't notice anything change like it does in Elysium. You're unsure if it's like just the city's different, or you're unsure if like you weren't thinking or willing things hard enough.
Okay. Does anyone have any suggestions like to try?
Petition a god and ask exactly where your brother is. I don't know. You have that ember that showed you where he was. Was that the case?
Yeah. Maybe we should think about what were the names of the gods again?
There was Stet, the goddess of the cat folks, and then there was Terran, the goddess of the lizard folk.
I'm gonna think about that and see if they appear or their location appears within the city.
You're going to try and do that. Willing that into existence, I won't say that is hard to do because Stet is not in the city. You instead, as you try and will Stet's presence to appear, you see that sort of like towards the side of the street, you see that there's a large doorway that is open, and it seems to be leading to a very heavily forested jungle area.
Okay, I'm gonna go in the forested jungle area.
Okay. You head inside. The temperature increases by like 20 degrees. It is very hot. It is very humid. You can look around a bit. I'll say everyone give me perception checks. Roll for you as well, Rick. 20. 27 is not much lower. Rooney, you got an 18. Nano got a 17. Okay. Gonna look around a bit. Cersei and Vasi, you like look through this jungle. It's like got incredibly tall, very lush green trees. You see a couple like flowers blooming just out of your view, like behind some of the bushes and the brush. Looking through it a bit, you see that there's a large stone structure past the tree line a bit.
Okay, I think I'm gonna head up to the stone structure.
You're gonna head towards the stone structure, and you see it's like this cobblestone pyramid. You see like steps leaning up to the very, very top of the pyramid. You see these like large gemstones are like encrusting the like corners of the pyramid, leading upwards. Going towards it, you don't see a whole lot of like people around. You don't see any like angels. You don't see any souls around. You don't see anything like that. You just see the pyramid.
Are there any like rooms or staircases?
If you go into the pyramid, going up, are you going up to the top of it?
Yes.
Okay. Go up to the top of
I
it.
assume everyone follows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go up to the top of it. You see that there is a staircase leading back downwards in the center of the pyramid.
Okay, yeah. I guess we're gonna follow that staircase into the center.
You're going to do that. Going all the way down, you eventually reach what looks to be pretty much a large throne room.
Oh, wow.
You see this very tall chamber. Like, if you do the math in your head, it doesn't really make sense for how big this chamber is compared to the exterior of the pyramid. But as you guys enter, you see this very, very large, very regal throne room. This purple carpet on the floor leading you towards two thrones, one of which is empty, the other which is a catfolk sitting on the throne. You see this catfolk has vibrant, pure yellow eyes, no pupil, sort of like short gray fur, wearing very regal-looking robes. Sees you all approach. You see no one else in the room. See the catfolk stare at you. Not saying a word.
So I go and kneel before Stet, and I kind of bow my head slightly. And I like greet Stet.
You go ahead, go up to Stet, kneel on the carpet. See they watch you. Not saying a word still. Just observing.
I speak up and I say, "Is Stet like a? Are they a lord, a lady? Like what's
They
what's
are
the title?" I should.
They are a goddess.
Okay, guys, gotcha. Because I'm like, I don't want to start using he or.
Mhm.
Okay, so I state, my goddess Stet, I am here on a quest to find my twin brother. I petition you to help me on this quest in exchange anything you desire.
You see Stat stand up from the throne, take a few steps towards you, and as she approaches, you see that she is like maybe 15 feet tall.
Oh shit.
Did not appear 15 feet tall until she stood up from the throne and began to approach you. Stands up, looks down at you, and goes like, "I know of your brother. He's within these very walls at this moment."
Hey, how come? Why is it he's imprisoned?
I hope you not planned to attempt the things that your brother wished to attempt. He wished to take my armies, take my divine servants, lead them into the mortal realm, and then slaughter all the lizard folk he could find.
I like beneath my fur, I immediately like chill. I feel a chill and like my fur just like kind of stands on end. And I just immediately shake my head and say, absolutely not. I disapprove strongly of what he was trying to do. And I will do my best to dissuade him from I just want him.
I'm gonna say, give me a diplomacy check. I'll roll that.
Oh, no, I think I'm on the map now.
Oh, you are here.
Yeah,
I see. Don't roll yourself.
okay. Hopefully it's good.
Well, You do have 2 hero points. I forgot to give that to everyone.
Yeah, okay. I'll hero point it. Yeah.
23. That's a lot better. s- Um, you see, she like looks down at you. I do hope you are telling the truth, but it does seem you brought an object that he could use to accomplish his goals to this very place.
I immediately, with my head bowed, I take out the Ember of Reality and I just present it to her. And as long as we are able to return to our realm, I will give you this object in return for your help.
She looks down at the ember. I'm gonna say give me a perception check. Everyone can do this.
Ooh.
Eighteen, 20, 23. Dang it. 17. I'll say Vasi and Runa, you were able to recognize that there is like a flash of like greed on her face. She seems to deeply want to have this ember. So in exchange for the ember, I could put you all back home, wherever you wish on the planet. Is that your offer?
Let me discuss with my companions.
Mhm.
And I like kind of turn to like my group and I'm like kind of pleading at them. I'm like, is this the right decision? Do y'all kind of think this is a good choice?
He had kind of an odd expression for a god in that moment. Something about it tells me that we maybe don't want to give this to her. Also, we need to talk more about your brother at a different point, because if he's gonna try and kill me, that's a whole thing.
Will 100% make sure that he will not.
I mean, I would hope that you do, because if he tries to kill me, I'm going to destroy him. Just keep that in mind.
Part of me
I
does
not.
wonder if setting free a genocidal individual is the best idea, but not really my call to make.
I kind of like look down a bit and I say, he's my brother. I think in his heart he is a good person. I think that he's just blinded by his ideals, and I want to give him a chance and dissuade him out of this path.
Just so we're clear, his ideals are just genocide, right? Like, that's what he's blinded by.
Sorry, the laughs are out of character. I'm just like, I'm really just thinking, it's like, is this really a good idea? But I'm like, Runa is really like, she
Mhm.
Steven
is kind of
Universe
blind.
versus Hitler ass interaction.
This is
I
her
had
Steven
that
Universe.
exact same fucking thought. Like, I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Runa. Like,
Oh damn.
Like honestly, like me as like the player, I'm like, Runa, you gotta like snap out of it. Like he's probably not gonna be like persuaded. But anyways, Runa is really like deep in like not delusion, but like she's really like hoping beyond everything that like he can just be like persuaded, because that's literally her twin. That's twin right there. And she is just like, I will do everything in my power to make sure that you are safe, Vasi, and that my brother can be changed of his.
Right.
I mean-
Well,
Go ahead.
what I would say for now is that we have a bargaining chip. She clearly wants this ember very, very badly, meaning that we have the time to avoid committing right now. I, for one, would perhaps like to meet your brother first and see if what she's claiming is true. Maybe figure out exactly why the Divine are so desperately itching to get their hands on these things.
And I nod. Like, I agree. Okay. What I'm thinking is that perhaps we should try to get up with him and kind of see where he is at, like in his state of mind. We'll go from there. Again, I'm just improvising most of this. I truly did not think that we would come this far, really. Okay.
I think we would have much to discuss with your brother, whatever history there is between the lizard folk and the cat folk, your two peoples.
I nod and I say, it is quite a long history, but it seems as though there's just very different perspectives as to what happened.
As history tends to be, most of it is very stupid, pointless conflict that doesn't really mean anything in the end. So,
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think for now, I'm going to hold on to this ember and maybe I'll get the perspective of the cat, of what happened between our people from. I kind of look at Vasi and I ask, would you be comfortable petitioning to the lizard folk god
I
for
mean,
help?
I could try, but
Well, I don't know how keen they would be on helping cat folk out, but maybe not ask for help, but ask from their perspective, because I am quite curious about this conflict between our people and what truly happened.
I mean, once more, I could ask. I don't mind asking. I really have no problem walking face to face with a god and demanding some kind of recompense. But I don't know if my god, well, my people's god will have enough influence in this case, if whatever they can say about the history of this conflict will mean anything.
I think maybe it'll perhaps be good to keep in mind when talking to my brother.
Hmm. Maybe. I think we should meet with your brother and verify that he's genocidal and insane before we make any kind of commitments to a course of action.
Well, I don't believe my brother is a genocidal maniac. I just think he is a very deeply flawed individual who is misguided in his beliefs from, well, our upbringing specifically. The reason why I have these powers is because I was raised in a cult with my brother.
So what? He got the cult ideology and you didn't?
I was more interested in learning about the outside world. And I wasn't. How do I say this? I wasn't necessarily too attached to the ideals of the cult that I was raised in.
But he is.
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, again, I say let's speak to him, see if he immediately tries to kill me the moment he sees me, and go from there.
We'll come up with a better plan, hopefully. That doesn't involve you showing up and then immediately kills you. I don't know.
If you're that
I'll
hesitant to
get.
let him see me face to face, that kind of suggests that maybe he's not somebody we want to sacrifice anything for.
Well, you see, I just think I should talk to him. I should just talk to him first. And maybe you should not be visible within his eyesight. But again, we will figure something out. And so I kind of look at everyone else. I try to glean everyone's perspective, and I after talking with everyone, I'm going to head back to kind of the throne room with Stet. I assume I'm alone with Stet, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. And I kneel and I
You're
give
quiet.
us 2 days. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I asked Stet. We will require about 2 or 3 days to make preparations.
Very well. Have all the time you need.
I do have some questions.
You are cutting out just a little bit.
Okay. Do you mind if I rejoin my?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are gonna have to kill.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. All right. Am I cutting out?
I think you're good.
Okay. Cool. So I ask the goddess. I do have some questions for you before we really, I guess, get this contract going.
Ask away.
So, do you know of why my brother is in prison?
Your brother is imprisoned because he showed up here talking about how he needed to borrow my forces to bring them to the material realm and take out the lizard folk. He's imprisoned deep below this pyramid. What else?
So, I suppose, he is of folk descent, and he was raised with the stories and tales of what happened with the conflicts between the lizard folk and the cat folk. But those resentments seem to be just stuck on the material plane, whereas from what I've observed up here, it doesn't seem to be the case. Because otherwise, I think you would probably agree with what he was doing.
You have not observed enough, it would seem. Should you approach the domain of the lizard folk of Terron, you would see his forces have gathered, and they are ready to fight at a moment's notice. Only
My eyes
because,
widen.
only because your brother is here and he has threatened the well-being of his people. Tensions are incredibly high right now, and should your brother make any sudden moves, war between the two of us could break out. Personally, I do not wish for there to be war. I am not elated about the fact that my partner was slain by Terran, but too much conflict has happened over the years. I don't want any more of that from me or my people.
And so are you kind of at peace with Aaron's thing, even though he was slain by the lizard folks god? Sorry, I'm mixing up names probably,
Yeah, it's
but
fine. He says, peace is hard to come by, at least in a peace. To say that I accept it is not true, but I don't wish to fight any more about it.
I nod and I say, I definitely agree with that. I don't think that any more fighting or any more wars to continue on would be a good idea. And I'll do everything in my power to stop this from reaching a point of no return.
That being said, should they attack, I will defend myself adequately.
Of course, I wouldn't want you to just let yourself or the cat folk to be overrun.
They have also demanded that your brother be handed over to them, and I have refused. He is still one of my people, and I am not going to hand him over simply so he may be executed.
Do you think if I have a conversation with him, if I try to convince him off of this path, would you let him free?
I'd have to see real, meaningful change from his soul and know that he is no longer intending to do what he wished to do.
Of course. May I go visit him in
You
the
may.
meantime?
With the supervision of several of my angels.
Of course, of course.
At that point, you see an angel like appear through the darkness, like through like the wall of the pyramid, like merging through it. You see this very tall figure, maybe 7-8 feet tall. Looks not too dissimilar from you. Similar colored fur, but with like white angel wings and glowing yellow eyes, without pupils, just like Stet.
Okay.
They will follow
All right,
you
so
into the dungeons. Should anything happen, you and your brother will be killed.
I nod sagely and I bow once again. I say, thank you for allowing me this opportunity.
They don't say a
And
word, and I expect you to leave.
Yeah. And with that, I just kind of go back to the group, and I assume the angel leads us down to the dungeons.
Yeah. They go in and go up to a staircase that you didn't see before, leading you down a spiral staircase. Gets darker and darker. Eventually, you see a dimly lit jail cell with these sort of like silvery prison bars. And you see a figure who looks nearly identical to you, Runa. Wearing like rags, sitting legs crossed on the ground, staring at you. Runa?
So I'm kind of like just staring back in silence. And I assume that like Bossy is like kind of at the very back, kind of like behind the angel, so like they're not like within like eye shot.
Oh,
Mhm.
I
Yes.
thought I was not present for this at all.
Yeah. I assume you're not present. Okay.
Okay, that works.
So you're kind of outside of the dungeon
Okay.
a little bit,
Yeah.
but you're still by like the entrance of it.
Wherever you left us when you had the private audience with the god.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, as you all head down there, go ahead and give me either perception or arcana.
I'll do Arcana.
23.
Is that
Don't
for
we-
everyone or just Runa?
Is everyone else down there?
Everyone except Bossy, I think.
Okay, yeah, then. everyone
Cersei
except
would
Bossy.
accompany but isn't getting involved herself.
Okay. That's one from Mando. Runa, you are the only one who notices. It's a bit fitting. There is powerful, magical, slightly divine energy coming from Rune.
Oh shit. So, first words I say to my brother after literally scouring 2 different continents for any sign or knowledge of how to get him back. I kind of just look at him for like maybe like a couple of minutes without saying. And before I say, you look very different. You feel very different.
So do you.
There's something different about you.
Many things has happened.
A lot has happened.
I'm gonna say with that 23 Arcana, Runa, I'll sort of mix in with a sort of perception check. You look at your brother's eyes in the darkness, and you realize they look very, very similar to that shadowy figure who had been following you in the Elven Forest.
Great. Oh my god. Fuck. I don't know what this could mean.
You gotta kill him.
Low key, it's looking like that, but I'm holding out hope. Shit. I like really lean in closer to like look at him, just dead, like eye to eye. Ask, what are you doing? Just why are you doing this?
I'm trying to protect us.
Hey, this isn't the way to go about it. This isn't gonna help either the lizard folk or the cat folk at all. This is just gonna end up in a mutually assured destruction between our people. And it might even lead to more conflict between the gods.
Getting rid of one of our chief enemies, I think that would benefit us immensely. They killed our god, Runa. They killed so many of our people. And they'll do it again should we not do anything about it.
Hey, well, starting up another conflict just isn't going to lead to any sort of lasting peace. It'll just lead to even more violence, even more war, and just drag other races into this and potentially causing even like a larger conflict across the continent. And I think
there's gonna be another conflict one way or another. All that matters is if we end it and we stop it all together. That's the only way to truly achieve peace.
Please, I've searched for any sort of answer to like try and find a way to bring you back for so long. And I've done my best to even escape the clutches of home we lived in. And they've tried so hard to even get me back. I just simply don't agree with what we were raised with, what what we were taught. I don't even think we were taught the history of what truly happened the right way. I just don't think that I just think there was probably another perspective we could gain from it.
I don't think there really is. Because the fact remains is that they killed so many of our people. Did. You check any history book, you'll check their history books and they'll say the same thing, that they killed our people.
But we did the same to theirs as well.
In defense. Because they attacked us. Because it was a necessary thing we had to do in order to survive.
I don't know if we're going to come to resolution on this. Really, I hope you can change your mind.
There is a resolution I can come to this. You see, he's going to reach his hand out through the bars, expecting something in his hand.
Oh no. Oh, this can't be.
You've searched for so long to try and get me out. I think I'm a bit stronger than you. I think I could use the Ember to its full potential and accomplish your goal. We can leave here right now.
I take a step back and I was that you in the forest?
Maybe it was.
I take another step back and I just turn away from him.
As you take another step back, you feel that there is heat on the back of your neck as the angel has drawn its greatsword and has put it up to the back of your neck.
Oh,
not striking you, but ready to strike you should you do anything out of anything you shouldn't.
Okay. I turn to the angel and I say, I believe you should go now.
I believe you should, yeah.
And so, yeah, I take one last look. I just see kind of he seems a little soulless. It seems as though he's very committed to what he is trying. And I just stare back and really just such disappointment and grief that he's turned into something I just simply don't recognize.
I'll say give me a perception check.
Okay. Ada.
23. He seems incredibly different from the last time you've seen him. He wasn't like this before. He had some racist things to say, let's say that, in the past, but he was never full on genocidal. He did not have the conviction that he now does. And he seems, let's say with that 23, you're able to tell he seems angry. And you're not sure if it's seems to almost be like blind anger. Like he's lashing out at things he does not truly understand or know.
Like in my head, I'm like kind of thinking like I definitely need to get to the bottom of is like whatever is like to me at least like the conclusion I'm kind of coming up with in my head is like there's something that's possessing like or just like really like reinforcing this anger and like really like strengthening it where he's like essentially like unrecognizable. And so like I just want to like be able to solve try to remediate this anger that he's having. But for now I'm just gonna like go up the stairs and out of the dungeon.
Okay.
In disappointment.
Everyone follows. What do you do now?
And I kind of check back in with the group, and I like related them kind of like even though like a lot of people's concerns were basically correct, I do feel like there's just something wrong about it. There's just something wrong about his demeanor and his mind really, and I think that there was something infiltrating possibly his brain or like his mind, and like he's just like this completely different person, and I don't think he's acting of his own accord really.
Can't you do that thing where you get in people's heads? You could check yourself.
I could. You're right. Let's see. I feel like the only thing that I really can... What's Mind Link?
Mind Link is if you want to like tell someone a bunch of information really quickly, you just give that's Mind Link.
I think what I need is like kind of like more knowledge on the situation and like kind of the perspective from the other god of the lizard folk. Really like kind of because I just like am trying to get to the bottom of.
Okay.
And so like I asked Vasi, oh, are you willing to help me out? You don't have to, but...
Sure. I have absolutely no interest in allowing these kinds of stupid conflicts to continue. I have been working for some years to try and deal with one myself, but as I said, I don't know exactly what is going to be the solution for this.
Well, I know that the solution isn't another war. So I'm truly wanting to prevent another conflict from happening between our people. I just want peace. Just as my goddess has said, she also wants peace, and she doesn't not want any more conflict to occur between our people.
Positive goal, and I'm happy to help you achieve it as best I can, but I can't really do much.
Well, hopefully some answers can be gleaned from the conversation. So, is there a way kind of like out of the pyramid?
Yeah, there's another staircase leading back up to the top and then leading back down these steps you guys came in.
Okay. All right, so like we're gonna probably try to find Vasi's god of the lizard folk.
Okay. I'll say that's not hard to do. You can head out of the demi-plane. I'll say you guys focus for a bit, trying to find the god of the lizard folk, Terron. You see another similarly covered open doorway. Looking through, you see a very picturesque looking sort of bay. You see like you're still like, you're not in the demi-plane just yet, but you see this picturesque looking bay, this crystal clear blue water, sandy beaches, and you also see a small army of lizard folk that seem to be moving around, spear in hand, setting up tents that look like war tents, and they're preparing for something. And I'm going to say that is the end of the session because I do have to go.
Yeah, no, same here.
I was planning on being a shorter session, but a good bit happened, I think. Okay.
A lot happened for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, see you guys next week.